What's up everybody, this is Jeremiah here, and today we're going to be reacting to the video Do Not Trust These Heroes with Your Life by Fu Uno. Now, you know how superheroes are, protect and save other lives. They save other people's lives, from danger, from threats, multiversal threats, universal threats, and stuff like that. Even local threats, street level. Street level to complex, or higher than that. But some, even, other universes, but still. I don't know what superheroes are gonna be talking about, but there's some superheroes that's just a little, what I'm saying. So without further ado, let's react to the video.
Superheroes, they're there for you when you need them. They fight the fight
Yeah.
that you can't fight. They'll help you up when you need them, uplift you when you need it most, help you cross the street type beat. But some of these are terrorists. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Batman. Yeah, you too, Henry Cavill, Superman. Some of these superheroes do more harm than good. Yeah, I'm finna be on my J. Jonah Jameson type beat whole video. But the first hero we got up to bat in hero court is Finn the Human. So the episode starts off with Finn and Jake having their legs broke because they dumbasses thought they could jump off a bird and be perfectly fine. And Finn, not wanting to be a part of this weird nurse clown orgy Jake got going on, decides to find another way to heal his leg. Mind you, Jake has a whole girl, by the way. But Finn skedaddles. He pulls up on this fork in the road, and this tree stump's like, hey, there's only two ways to go. If you go the right way, you lose your hair forever. If you go on the left, you're stinky forever. Finn, being a reasonable person at this point in time, is like, nigga, is there not another way? That tree stump says no, and this is the beginning of the crash out for Finn. He kicked the sign off a little bro and went straight through the middle of them thorny ass bushes. I don't know why he got beef a little bro. He was just doing his job. So now Finn pulls up to the next challenge he has to get through, and there's another person telling him there is no other way in this weird shrub. The whole time that nigga frying Finn, I can't even hold you. I was about to say I'm not even mad at what Finn is about to do, but what Finn does is nuts. Cause the lake Finn is trying to cross to get to the Cyclops, the current is so strong it'll tear his ass up. The water's acidic and there's electric eels all throughout that bitch. There's a bridge he could go through, but it's a troll trap. So Finn was like, alright, I got something for you bitch ass niggas since you wanna talk mess. Uprooted little bro from the dirt and proceeded onto the lake as he said, was smashing bro against the river, parting the sea in order for him to not touch that acid lake. Do you know how strong you have to be to do that with a bush? That fern said that the current was strong enough it will turn you inside out. He's just hitting a bush that has gaps in it against the river and he's just fine. Well, not fine, he was kind of getting messed up a little bit, but still, brother man did all that just to not even get halfway across the damn.
You a quarter of the way there, bro. You a quarter, not even, this is halfway. And you're not even there. You're not even halfway, bro. Doing all that just to get what, 1/3 of the way there, man.
And river, by the way, this is the hero of using a citizen for his own personal crash out tendencies. Little dude been hanging around Princess Bubblegum for far too long. We need to expedite his ass up out of that kingdom. That Fern, still alive, still talking mess to Finn, and I'm not even mad at bro for doing so. Do you know what he just did to you? He over here said, you ugly, stupid, dumb, blonde idiot, how you gonna get to the other side of the damn lake? You just use all that energy to not even get 25% there. So Finn skipped the bush branch across the water like a skipping stone, calculated what he needed to do in order to do that with his own body, and succeeded. I have no words, he can just do that. So now that Finn is across the lake, he runs up on this little man with his melons who needs some help getting his tire because it got stuck in a tree and he's short. And this is the nicest a nigga could ever ask for help. And you know what Finn did? He picked up the cart, flung that hoe over towards his wife as two melons ran her ass over. Nigga just did that for no reason. Again, this is the hero of by the way. Then Finn started to feel bad about his actions. No, buddy, you're a terrorist. You meant to do all of this. You can't feel bad now. Done broke out, ends the song, woke up that Cyclops he needs the tears of, and was like, I don't even want your tears anymore. I've done such a bad job today. Yeah, buddy, that's why you got your arm snatched later on, bucko. So that Cyclops decided, alright then, punched the piss out of Finn. He done brought his head closer to the carcass of Finn, so he punched him in the eye, and he started crying on him. He got the tears anyways. So he pulled up on that Cyclops, ripped its head off, and he did indeed go back and heal everything that he injured already today. But it shouldn't have gotten to that point at all. Finn, you're not off the hook with this though. But next up to bat, we got Spider-Man. Now, last video I covered Insomniac Spider-Man. This time it's just Spider-Man in general, mainly Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield.
Why you gotta play this scene, man?
Yeah, we don't gotta talk about that much. The only body Tom got on him is Mysterio, and we don't care about that nigga. We are specifically talking about Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Now, I know Brother Man didn't go around just being like, I'm gonna kill you, all 3 of his movies. But if I had a nickel for every time a main villain died in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man final battle, I'd have 3 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird it's happened 3 times. Green Goblin trying to backdoor Spider-Man with his glider just for it to backfire on him and shit kebab his ass was indeed a crazy visual to see as a kid. That nigga got cooked. Dr. Octopus sacrificing himself at the end of Spider-Man 2 was crazy. And then we got Venom. And if I was a citizen in New York, I'd be concerned because a lot of these niggas didn't even see these fights. They just know Spider-Man fought somebody and he's the only one that came back. If J. Jonah Jameson ever started a podcast in this universe, he'd be talking about Spider-Man like he was King Von. If we ever got that 4th Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie, Vulture would have died too. His wingsuit would have like exploded on him or something, bro. I don't know. But next on the stand, we have Henry Cavill Superman. They don't call little bro Aura Man for nothing. I'm talking about 0 civilians saved, 0 chemistry with Lois Lane, 7 buildings exploded. That scene where Lex was supposed to appear in that courtroom and Superman noticed something was wrong. Not just him, other people there too. That bomb exploded and Superman didn't even try to move to save anybody. He just sat there in the fire like, damn it. Again, man, fuck. Like something was clearly up and that nigga was dumbfounded. I don't know. And then the whole courtroom exploded. Yo, Zack Snyder, you suck. And don't even get me started on that Zod fight, because I'm about to do the Zod fight right now. That boy Zod done shoulder tackled the piss out of Clark. He got back up, they ran, clashed with one another, just for Clark to get his goofy ass sent flying back. Zod follows Clark, and then that nigga starts genuinely tweaking, shooting them laser beams out of his eyes, collapsing that building Clark was in. And then his ass skedaddled. Now look, I know this video is for me to specifically fry these heroes, but I'm really not trying to fry Man of Steel more than I need to. But what in the goddamn hell is this nigga Superman confused about? What was he looking at? He was like, I wonder what's going on, as the building was actually collapsing on him in real time. But he flew out that hole, and nah, they got Superman moving like Invincible, brother. And this isn't even a knock to Invincible, but Invincible is telling a very different Superman story to anything Superman should be telling. Like, I'm not trying to see Superman bounce around the city like how Omni-Man had Invincible in Chicago. This mess is frying me though. He got,
especially in that train scene. Ooh.
Up like ain't nobody seen this goofy ass flailing and crashing into that damn parking garage. And then we get to this scene.
Whoa. You could have just moved the... So you just jumped over the truck, let it explode over a building, and just proceed to ore farm? Bro, you could have just lifted that truck and moved it somewhere else. Bro, no wonder why James Gunn's Superman is kind of better. I have to kind of agree. I have to make the statement that maybe, or not, no, not maybe, definitely that James Gunn's Superman is better than this Over Farmer.
Sweet Mother Mary, blood of Christ. Why the fuck did he jump over it? There's like 8 things Superman could have done in this situation other than jump over it. He could have used his laser beams. He could have frozen. He could have just tanked it. And before you hit me with the, well, oh no, maybe they evacuated that parking garage, I'm not buying it. Because there's niggas behind Superman and Zod as they are fighting 2 seconds from now. So Zod pulled up on Superman and cracked him one good time on the jaw. You know what, bro? F it, we ball, bro. I'm rooting for Zod now. This nigga Zack Snyder has Superman moving like an idiot. Clark done weaved the 2-piece, got his very own 2-piece block. Just for Zod to hit him with a 2-piece of his very own. These boys over here throwing out combos like it's a family meal. Zod pulled up on Superman just to get his punch weaved and hit right in his sternum. And again, with these boys flying through cars and mess like they are, there are still people in the background. Superman tried to finish off Zod, but a car hit him on the head because these niggas are fighting reckless as hell. So Zod kicked him square in the chest, pulled up on him, hit him with a right hook, uppercut, and I'll say this time and time again, I may hate Zack Snyder, but that nigga sure do know how to direct a fight. Done launched that boy Soups up this building, and look at this freak Zod, bro. He can fly, by the way. This is uncalled for. He's just doing this for the love of the game. But him and Superman clash, and Zod's the one that gets knocked back this time. Zod got launched to this building being constructed. Superman pulled up. Zod wasn't there. He tried to sneak that nigga with a metal beam. Superman lasered that hole down. So he missed the initial attack, but still backhanded his ass away. Superman got knocked into it. This job has worked 106 days without an accident sign when he got bumped into it and went back to 0. And you know what, Zach? Fair. You did your big ones on that one. I can't even be mad. That man Zod shed his battle armor. Brother Man did all that just so Clark could scoop his ass up, start punching on dude. They over here battling through the sky, and good God, they aren't running into any buildings right now. I spoke too soon. Zod came out of a building, and then they proceeded to knock each other into buildings like ping pong. City not evacuated, by the way. Zod then grabbed Superman by his cape and flung him through 4711 buildings. Yes, there are still people in there. Just to get flung into outer space, that boy Zod crashed into a satellite and then chunked it at Superman. He caught that hole just for Zod to tackle his ass through it. Now it got satellite space debris falling back into Earth as Superman tackles Zod into another occupied building. So Clark then put Buddy in a headlock, and Zod's like, alright, I got something for that ass. Starts trying to laser beam this innocent family right in front of them. I'm not gonna hold you, they could have moved. Now, Superman did indeed snap Zod's neck, and I'm not even mad at Superman killing Zod. I just feel like he skipped a few steps, bro. There was maybe a dozen other things he could have done here, but I'm not trying to sound like Cinema Sins. He did pack and smoke that bum. Now that we still on Henry Cavill Superman and not trusting him with your life, you can't even be family and trust this nigga with your life. Look at what he let happen to his pops. But his pops told him, no, I don't care, nigga. Superman in the animated series, who was probably roughly the same age as he was here, full body stopped a nigga from getting exploded. He didn't care that his identity was gonna get revealed or nothing, because Superman saves people. But that's enough on this bum, because the next hero we got in Hero Court today is Batman, Mr. Bruce Wayne. In last video, I covered a little bit of Arkham Batman just to mainly cover the new kid on the block, Absolute Batman. Today, I'm gonna do the opposite. Just take a look at this page from Absolute Batman.
6'9" behemoth.
Punted a child. Batman in general already a crash out. I don't think he'd do this. And then peep this. What possibly could warrant doing this?
My goodness gracious me. Do the
To a nigga Batman. And Absolute Batman is my age. He's in.
The dude's 2021? He's my age too. There's no way this 6'9" behemoth is 20 to 21 years old. Fighting monsters. What's up, everybody? Enjoying the video? That's great. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so when you know I upload another video. Also, tune into the live streams. We're live on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So pull up on either one of them that seems fit for you. Without further ado, let's get back into the video.
His early 20s. He's like 6'9", 400 pounds. He used to play football. He has a loving parent. Brother, you don't need to be a hero, bro. You can make your trillions again by playing football. And especially after seeing Absolute Bane and Absolute Joker. Yeah, put the cape and cowl up and go to California, twin. Because now we on to the main course. Arkham Batman. Imagine you're getting mugged. You call for help, Batman pulls up, but he has his lightning gauntlets he had from Origins, and he beats these niggas down in front of you. You got saved, but now you see somebody's elbow sticking out of their mouth, and you gotta go to therapy for the rest of your life. I mean, thanks, I guess. And you can't tell me that the way Arkham Batman be doing some of these dudes, sneaking up behind them and whatnot, he don't be giving some of these dudes heart attacks. And imagine getting snuck, propelled up into the air at Mach speed. He was on the ground, and now you dangling the hands above your head, all in the span of 0.5 seconds. Nigga, I'm catching a heart attack fast as hell. And then he be doing that bomb spray with niggas right next to the wall he's blowing up. So bricks is flying, flinging at their head at Mach speed, hitting them in the back of their dome, also with the impact of an explosion. You telling me if somebody gets surprise exploded, they're not either dying or catching a heart attack? And then in Arkham Knight, the Batman and Nightwing team ups are crazy. Batman can already clear a room by himself. Nightwing can already clear a room by himself. What do you need the two of you for? Or those TikToks of, oh no, Batman don't kill. He launches a nigga into a gas tank as it explodes. Or this one.
Go back.
Of, oh no, Batman don't kill. He launches a nigga into a gas tank as it explodes. Or this one.
CTE, damn.
Or this one.
Start talking. I'll tell you when to stop.
You want to know about Riddler? I know lots about Riddler.
Much obliged.
Yeah, but who the hell was Chip?
And then those counters where he be slamming a nigga head as hard as he can into a railing or a wall. We not calling him the Dark Knight no more. That's the Dark Menace. He truly do not care about nobody's well-being. But before we get to our final entrance in Hero Court, here's a couple of honorable mentions. The Avengers bring y'all ass up to the podium too. And these boys in the honorable mention section because there's actually a movie on why you shouldn't trust the Avengers in Civil War. But still, even then, in Age of Ultron, they just kind of blew up a whole ass city. And also got New York ransacked. Also got half of the population blipped. That's not just the population of Earth, the population of everything in the universe.
The universe.
Do you know how many niggas is in the universe? A lot. They got a whole ass Scarlet Witch on their team. Do you know what Wanda did to a whole town of people? All cause her fake kids weren't real? Shardigi went off the deep end and became a villain in Multiverse of Madness. You niggas is too harsh on that movie, by the way. That shit is actually fire. They got a Hulk on their team whose whole thing before he was an Avenger was just breaking stuff. That nigga quote is Hulk smash. They got a billionaire who used to make weapons and sell them to who the hell ever. They leader is a 1940s blonde-haired, blue-eyed white man. I know he was hucking slurs around crazy style back in the day. You can't fool me, Steve Rogers. They got a Thor. I guess he's chill. And then Thing 1 and Thing 2 and Hawkeye and Black Widow. They chill too, I guess. But them other niggas, them niggas is a problem. Now that's enough of them boys. The next honorable mention I got, it's Logan. I don't know the rest of his names. Wolverine. And yes, I'm only adding him here because of that game trailer that came out yesterday. And I know
fire trailer, by the way.
He said he ain't no hero, but like, come on now. Like, what are we classifying bro as? That nigga's a hero, bro. But I think Wolverine's the last hero you'd want to call if you need to get saved. Just look at how he's doing little bro right here. He did that nigga so bad. We got tweets up already talking about some damn, I did this to a nigga outside of Bojangles once. That's how you know the ass beating is egregious. Cause like little bro didn't even have to do the little stab to the head at the end. He was
that was unnecessary.
That was egregious. Cause like little bro didn't even have to do the little stab.
You already got him, bro. That uppercut into the slashback, that was unnecessary, bro. That was very, very unnecessary.
To the head at the end, he was already a goner after them first 46 slashes to the chest. And look at this big robot dude picking Logan up. Just put him down. Congratulations, you're holding Wolverine up, but you also got stabbed in the head 14 times for it. I don't think you win in this situation. Just put his little ass down. And for all the reactions to this trailer I saw, I feel like niggas was glancing over this. He kicked that nigga into that magma. Like, are you serious? Then what he did at the beginning of the trailer, when he cut bro's leg off and then put the claws through his face. I done turned this Wolverine trial into glaze and I don't even care no more. I waited 4 years for this trailer. Here it is. I put my actual chat's souls on the line for this yesterday, man. Like they said, crazy. Insomniac was washed. Insomniac can't make good games no more. Insomniac canceled the Wolverine game. They called me broke. They took my bitch, but look at me now. So now that that's out of the way, the last hitter up to the stands, we got Bumblebee. Now, I know he isn't technically a hero, but he's damn near the mascot of a 40-year-old franchise made to sell toys to kids. So basically, same shit. Now the difference between Optimus and Bumblebee for the last video is look at Bumblebee's face. Little bro looked like he couldn't hurt a fly. And then bam, Transformer 2, he ripped the dog's spine out and used it to whip somebody else with it. Oh, that's not crazy enough. In that same squabble, he ripped that dog's spine off. He went behind little bro's back, grabbed him by both of his arms, kneed him in the back repeatedly until he ripped both arms off, and boom,
Boom is a menace.
3, I can't even get mad at what B does to Soundwave, because Soundwave was just booming Prisoners of War. Because that boy B pulled up on Soundwave and uppercut bro in the chest with his cannon and blew his face off. And I know that sounds crazy. because it is. Bumblebee just hit Soundwave with a Mortal Kombat fatality. And low-key, what B did to Soundwave might be crazier than Soundwave taking prisoners of war off the map. But this just goes back to my Sentinel Prime video I made. I think the Transformers as a species should, you know, hash their beef for all of 30 minutes. Sit down together and make a Geneva Convention.
Oh, it's happening.
Because y'all be doing each other crazy. And
I understand, but I don't think that's happening. Like, nah, Optimus and Megatron talking it out. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that's going to work.
Then we got Transformers 4, and B was just crashing out on Stinger. Bumblebee and Stinger was fighting.
It's a fake
on
copy, of course. It's a
Dinobot.
justified crash out.
Yeah, fake Transformers fan. Yeah, my fault.
What are you saying?
Dinobot. Yeah, I forgot his name. Yeah, fake Transformers fan. Yeah, my fault. The Bumblebee done blew his head off, picked that hoe up, and fed it to little bro. Don't even try to ask me what Bumblebee did in Transformers 5. I have no recollection of that movie other than Optimus Prime versus Bumblebee. And yes, I've done 3 videos on that movie. Do I remember any of them besides the B versus Prime one? Hell nah. I put Transformers 5 in the no-no vault in my head like Finn. But that's not it for live action B. Cause it's not just the Bayverse movies, they got this nigga moving like King Von. That boy Dropkick was shooting at B from his helicopter mode. B wrapped this metal chain around his propeller, so when he transformed, the chains got stuck in all of his little foldable bits. And then he started talking mess. He said, "Do you think these chains will hold me?" And just watch.
You think these little chains can hold me?
Yeah. That's a demon. How Shatter died wasn't as egregious. It was a sacrificial plea by Bumblebee that just got her ass up out of there. So I can't even be too mad at that, but that's still another body on his hand. And then we go even earlier into the movie with Blitzwing. Now that boy Blitzwing had this grown ass man held up, feet dangling off the ground with one hand. That's a violation. So I can't even really be too mad at what B does next. Cause he undoes his rocket gauntlets, shoves that hole in his chest, kicks off of Blitzwing, and blows his ass to smithereens. Now that's still just a crazy ass way to go. I feel like there might have been even a little bit of something Blitzwing could have did to stop this, but oh well. His ass got genuinely shocked when Bumblebee upped the pole on his ass. Now it don't stop here, because in Rise of the Beast, he got himself another body in an egregious way. Now Nightbird, Shorty did not have a single thing to do with Bumblebee's death other than just kind of being there and seeing it. But like, so did all the Autobots too. I don't know why he had this smoke for them, because when he got revived and he came back to life, he pulled up on Nightbird, hopped on her back, took off one of her door wings, hit her in the self-destruct button, and she exploded and died. Now, I don't know why Bumblebee came back with this much smoke for Nightbird and not Scourge, you know, the actual person that got him up out of there, but I digress. Now, it hurts my heart to say this, but Bumblebee has the most amount of woman Transformer bodies out of these movies. So not only is he somebody you shouldn't trust with your life, he is also a woman beater. My goat has truly fallen
Come
off
on,
the
Bumblebee.
deep end. First Shatter, now Nightbird.
Say hello to my friend.
Oh yeah.
Bumblebee.
That's 3.
See a fine shit and he start getting mad. Like, little dude, calm down. This will not get to the host. But that's all I got for y'all today on these heroes. As you can tell by the monumentous amount of evidence I provided with y'all today, these heroes a little crazy. So that's why the moral of the story today is stay clutching. It's a dangerous world we live in. But if you liked, like, comment, subscribe, do that good stuff. I'm gonna leave all my socials and my Discord down in the description below. So if you want to go follow those, then go do so. But other than that, I'm out of here. Bye.
Yo, shout out to Cool Uno for the video, man. Yeah, these heroes. Oh my goodness gracious me. If they have to protect your life, I don't think they're doing it. Especially that Henry Cavill Superman. Especially the ore farming Superman one. That dude's not gonna help. For real. He's just gonna ore farm. Thinking, oh, he could have done something, and then go and proceeds to fight the main guy without getting much of life. James comes Superman better. Anyways. Yeah, man. shout out to Cool Uno again for the video, man. The original video will be linked in the description down below. Follow me on all the socials. With all being said, this is Jeremiah. God bless you. Jesus loves you. Repent and be saved. I'm out. Peace.